When I was 18 years old, on my 18th birthday, my sister gave me a book as a present, and it was a book that has influenced my entire life. The book was called The Genesis Record by Dr. Henry M. Morris Jr., probably the grandfather of the modern creationist movement. I was already convinced of the truth of Genesis, but it was wonderful to get a book which was a commentary on the whole of the book of Genesis and looking at the whole thing from a creationist perspective, from the whole book being true from the very first verse. That was 1979. The book itself had been published 3 years earlier in 1976. I expected that there would be lots more books came along that way, and over the 50 years since then, there have been a lot of creationist books, a lot of creationist commentaries on Genesis chapters 1 through 11, where they all seem to stop. There have also been a couple of commentaries on the whole book of Genesis, written from the point of view of Christians who do not believe Genesis to be literally true as it states. In that 50 years, there has not been another major full-length commentary on the whole book of Genesis written from a creationist point of view until now. I've had the great privilege, simply because I've lived a long time and have studied this subject all those years, to have been able to put such a book together. I have released it in smaller volumes previously, but now it's released for the first time in one volume. So that you've got creationist commentary on the entire book of Genesis, written with the latest ideas and the latest research, the first one of its kind for 50 years. I can't claim to be anything special other than that God has given me the grace to live this long. He's given me the grace to be able to study this subject, and he's allowed me the time to be able to set it down in words, and it's now available for you.
The new hardcover one-volume edition of About Genesis can be found at allaboutbooks.com or at aboutgenesisbook.com. It will shortly be available at Barnes & Noble online and at most English-language platforms of Amazon.